Now, if you're a fan of hip-hop and you're not subscribed to this channel, then what the hell are you doing with your life? If you want to see quality, consistent content that's related to hip-hop, then make sure you are subscribed. Anyway, just wanted to remind you, but let's get to the video. Now, the other day, Meek Mill released his new album titled Championships, and Rick Ross was featured on the project alongside Jay-Z on the track What's Free. By the way, Jay's verse on here is just crazy. I mean, it's top 5 rap verses of 2018, no discussion. So if you haven't listened to the song, you need to hear his verse. But since Rick Ross was also featured on the track, he had a couple bars for Tekashi 6IX9INE, who's of course locked up in jail as we speak, so let's talk about it.
Screaming gang gang, now you wanna rap. Racketeering charges, caught him on the tap.
So he starts off the diss by saying, screaming gang gang, now you want a rat, racketeering charges, caught him on a tap, looking for a bond, lawyers want a tax, purple hair, got them on your back. Now the first line is obviously Ross referring to how 6IX9INE mentions gang gang, aka scum gang, on a lot of his music, and then the part about him ratting comes from the recent news that Tekashi was recently moved to a federal facility that is regularly used for witnesses who actually work with the cops. Pretty much from the outside, it looked like Tekashi was gonna snitch. Whether that's happening or is going to happen, we still don't know, but that's exactly what Ross was referring to on that line. And then the racketeering charges are obviously what 6IX9INE is currently locked up for. And then the purple hairline is him, of course, referring to either the inmates who are in prison with 6IX9INE, because you know, I don't have to explain that, or he could simply be talking about the feds who were on 6IX9INE's back so they could gather evidence to eventually then lock him up. Now that's pretty much the entire diss, and one thing that's very much clear from hearing this is Rick Ross really has to dislike 6IX9INE a lot, and I'm not saying that because the diss was just that brutal or anything, but don't forget that 6IX9INE has been locked up now for about 2 weeks, and Meek Mill's project was released around 1 week after he was locked up, which means Rick Ross went out of his way to add in those bars at the end of his verse. And it seems like he was going for making a clear statement on how he feels about 6IX9INE, which is understandable because a lot of people don't like 6IX9INE. That's not a surprise at all, but I do think it is a weak move for you to wait until he's locked up for you to say something about him, because it's extremely clear that you don't like him to the point of you going out of your way to add that part into your verse. So why not say something while he's not locked up and can respond? The only explanation here is that Rick Ross wanted to make sure he disrespected Tekashi without facing some kind of backlash himself. Because keep in mind, if 6IX9INE was not behind bars, I think we all know what exactly he would have told Rick Ross.
Suck my fucking dick, stupid.
Yes, he would have told him that, which means Ross would be the one looking extremely bad in that situation for the simple fact that a rapper with rainbow hair is telling you to
suck my fucking dick.
And I don't think people have forgotten that Rick Ross himself used to work as a correctional officer with law enforcement back in the 90s. Of course, he himself used to always deny it early in his rap career when people asked him about it.
Trick Daddy recently accused you of working as a prison guard at one point, Rick. Is there any truth to that?
No, that's not true. But that's disappointing to hear that he said that. He said that?
That's what the question said, yeah.
That's crazy. It's not true, man, but, you know, dog a sucker, and he mad that, you know, I done came out of nowhere and just, you know, took over the streets like that, you know what I mean? So...
But since the truth always prevails and people found tangible proof that he was in fact working with law enforcement, he decided to start spilling the beans, as they say.
In summer of 2008, some pictures turned up of you online,
right,
or of a person that looks like you online who's working as a correctional officer. Is that or is that not Rick Ross in those pictures?
That was me in the photos.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Is there an explanation?
Most definitely, and the reason, you know, when rumors surface, I felt like me going to a radio station giving a yes or no answer wouldn't be a clear depiction of the situation.
So to me, it is a bit hypocritical that you're criticizing 6IX9INE for allegedly, okay, allegedly snitching, because there's not even any tangible proof that he is snitching, when you yourself in your music have painted yourself as being this real G that doesn't fuck with the cops, but really you worked with the cops. Now all in all though, I do think that Rick Ross verse was nothing but fire, and the song overall was great, and it's definitely gonna be in my listening rotation for a while. Now what do you personally think about this Rick Ross verse where he's taking shots at 6IX9INE? Do you like it? Do you maybe not like it? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this.